afternoon, everyone, distinguished guests and children, members of the GNRC, partners and colleagues. It is an honor for me to speak on behalf of Arigato International Geneva to share how we are fostering ethics education to contribute to building a world that is safe, secure, and sustainable for children. So let me begin with the story of Sadako Sasaki, a young girl who lived through the Hiroshima atomic bombing in 1945. Struck by leukemia caused by radiation, Sadako folded origami cranes, inspired by the Japanese legend that completing 1,000 cranes would grant her a wish. Sadako's wish was not just for her own healing, but for peace in the world, a hope that she carried even in the face of suffering. Our colleagues and friends at Myochikai, the Japanese Buddhist lay organization that supports the work of Arigato International, made more than 60,000 paper cranes that they brought all the way from Japan here. To symbolize during this forum the power of healing and hope in a world in need of mutual understanding and respect, empathy, reconciliation, and of upholding our individual and collective responsibilities. Friends, indeed, Sadako's story teaches us about resilience and the profound impact of hope and, I would say, forgiveness. But it also reminds us of the urgency of nurturing ethical values today and skills to learn to live together with others, and for children to learn to navigate a world that is increasingly complex and challenging. Children today face unprecedented challenges, and those challenges range from climate crisis, rising inequalities, to the proliferation of conflict, violence, and discrimination, cyberbullying, misinformation, and erosion of empathy. And we have been discussing here all these issues. In such a world, ethics education is not a luxury. Ethics education is a necessity today. It provides children with a moral compass, equipping them to make ethical decisions, respect diversity, and act with compassion and integrity. This is essential for building societies where coexistence, peace, and sustainability are possible. At Arigato International Geneva, our programs aim to address this urgent need of ethics education, not only in schools, but also in families, religious communities, and societies at large. We are proud to work together with the members of the Global Network of Religions for Children, many whom are present here today, and who have helped us to shape, to co-create, implement, and bring to life several of the programs that we have on ethics education, as well as with the many partners ranging from faith-based organizations, schools, multilateral agencies, ministries of education, and other government authorities with whom we have worked hand in hand. Our work on ethics education addresses the needs of children from the very early years of life to the teenage years, following their development cycle, and engaging children themselves, faith leaders, actors, parents, caregivers, and educators, as well as policymakers that are part of the ecosystem of the child and of their growth. From the commitments made in Panama during the 5th Forum of the GNRC, the work of ethics education for children has contributed to addressing violence against children in all its forms and supporting children's holistic well-being. A very concrete outcome of Panama was the creation in 2018 of the International Consortium on Nurturing Values and Spirituality in Early Childhood, that brought together 22 organizations and experts, and that in 2022 launched the Toolkit on Nurturing the Spiritual Development of Children in the Early Years, implemented by Pastoral Decreance in Brazil, Shanti Ashram in India, Islamic Relief in Pakistan, Sarvodaya Movement in Sri Lanka, GNRC members in Tanzania, the Franciscan Sisters and World Vision in Mexico. The toolkit has reached, in its first year of piloting, 2,500 parents and more than 6,000 children through faith actors and communities. This program is transforming the way parenting is done, enhancing the capacity of parents to develop positive relationships with children, creating safe, respectful, and violence-free environments, and providing empowering opportunities for children to build life skills and nurture ethical values that we know are essential in the formative years of life. This program challenges social and cultural norms that condone violence against children, support religious actors to self-examine the practices and interpretation of scriptures, and contributes to children's social and emotional well-being, their mental health and psychosocial needs, their resilience, but the development of ethical values as well. Parents who have gone through the workshop have said, and this was from a mother and a facilitator in Mexico, she said, "We're wounded adults trying to heal our children." And this program is paving the way to support them. Our Learning to Live Together program that many of you are familiar with is one of the flagship programs of Arigato International, equips children and young people with tools to learn to live together, transform conflicts peacefully, and critically analyze ethical challenges, strengthening their capacity to transform their communities together. Since the last forum of the GNRC, we have reached 44,000 children together with our partners and members of the GNRC. In 2021, we launched Learning to Live Together for children 6 to 11 years old. And in 2021, we also initiated with GNRC Latin America and the Caribbean and several partners the development of Learning to Live Together in the digital environment to provide children with tools to use the digital environment as part of the commitments made in Panama to create a safer world for children. In 2022, we also launched together with UNESCO, CAICID, the Higher Committee of Human Fraternity, the Government Foundation for Peace, and the Muslim Council of Elders, and in collaboration with Ministries of Education of Kenya, Mauritius, Seychelles, Indonesia, Bangladesh, and Nepal, an ethics education fellowship program that aims to strengthen and integrate ethics education in the curriculum, in national teacher training programs, in the pedagogy and the development of materials, with the potential to reach millions of children in these countries in the next years. Teachers engaged in the program have shown have said that they have noticed a noticeable reduction of bullying and conflicts among learners, with alternative strategies like dialogue becoming more common, as well as classroom becoming more inclusive, children becoming friends with children from other religions and cultures. These engaged learners have also shown improvement in behavior, engagement, academic performance, and well-being. As we continue working together, building evidence and the impact and benefits of our programs and developing partnerships to expand our reach, we know and we believe that ethics education is a missing piece in our peace-building efforts, and that today, more than ever, we need to bring it to the core of our education systems and child development programs. So let me end with this quote from Nelson Mandela. "No one is born hating another person because of the color of their skin, their background, or their religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. For love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite." Sadako's story and Nelson Mandela's words are deeply interconnected. Both remind us that hate, violence, and divisions are learned behaviors, but so too are love, empathy, and peace. It is our collective responsibility, friends, to nurture these values in children, empowering them to create a world free from hate and violence. Arigato International stands ready to collaborate, create synergies, and build together with you a world where children have access to their innate capacity for spirituality and are nurtured with ethical values for them to learn to live together and transform our world. Thank you.